This meeting is being recorded.
Alright, hello everyone. My name is Caden McClelland and I'll be going over the financial charts for Whirling Sterling Learning Center for the years 2024 through 2026. So as you can see here, our revenues are represented by this blue line here. This is growing steadily through the 3 years that we have presented on the screen. This is a good sign for a startup company. We keep our expenses relatively the same through the 3 years. Obviously, this is going to bring net income up, which is one of the main things we are looking at when we are trying to determine how we're doing as a company. So with this steady growth in these first 3 years, this gives us a good basis of how the company is performing and how we can continue to grow in the future. Um, this next chart here I have is a monthly cash flow for the year 2024. We have the months January, May, September, and December on here. Now, for the month of January, obviously our revenue and our disbursements are much higher. This is because in our revenue section we have included our loan proceeds, and in the disbursement section we have included all of our startup equipment, which obviously will not be needed in the next few months. So the next 3 months will kind of give you a more accurate representation of how the company is doing as a whole. Um, as you can see, from May to September to December, our revenues are growing each month, which is obviously another good sign. We are chipping away at that disbursement section, and we are getting close to breaking even at the end of 2024, which is a great sign, which doesn't take much explanation to understand how valuable that'll be for a new company as our own. Um, so next here we have a yearly cash flow statement. Um, Again, this kind of goes hand in hand with what I just described a minute ago with our loan proceeds and with the startup equipment in 2024, obviously making that much higher than the next few years. Um, with everything going back down in the next couple of years, this gives you more of a real basis of how we are performing. Um, the reason for the disbursements being higher than the expenses in the first chart that we described here tonight is because we have to include insurance and everything along the lines of that. Um, so as you can see in 2025 through 2026, we are growing very steadily, as I mentioned previously. Again, good sign. Our disbursements are going up, obviously, just with the price of everything going up. In the future, we plan to account for that. Um, as you can see, though, we have a very marginal good jump in revenue from the year 2025 to 2026. The reason I haven't discussed 2024 as much is because it doesn't give you, as accurate of as accurate of a description as it could. Um, because it's not going off solely on how we are performing. Um, and last but certainly not least, we have the ROI forecast. As you can see in 2024, we are way down there. We are at almost negative 30% in our ROI. This just goes off of our net income. In 2025, we are at around negative 15%. Obviously, much better than negative 30, but still not where we want to be as a whole. As you can see in 2026, we cracked positive at around 3%, which is a great sign. The way we determined all of our numbers is we assumed a certain amount of customers each month. We would divide that by the days. We would multiply that by how much they would spend each day. Um, we got our expense costs by looking up actual examples of churches, um, actual examples of daycares, and we use our numbers based off of that. So that's all from me here. I'm now going to pass it off to Colby, and he's going to give you all a brief rundown of operations. Thank you.